Good afternoon, everybody. It's Monday, November the 6th. So this is time for our live chats with Maggie and Bunny. I'm Maggie.
And I'm Bunny.
Today we're going to talk about tooting your own horn, patting yourself on the back, giving yourself a shout out, because that's what we're going to do today. Today we are going to toot our own horn about some stuff that Above and Beyond has been doing. So where do we begin?
I don't even know. I don't even know where we begin. I guess in just the whole culmination of like what part of our mission is, part of our what it was when we started. I guess it's part of our thing is to give back. So
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
part of what we've been doing.
To inspire other people, to give back to our community, to give back to our authors, and to make our world a better place.
Right.
And this past weekend, we were at a gala event called Brilliant Minded Women, where we sponsored somebody to get an award. So we were giving back to our community in that way. And we were so happy to do it and so proud and tooting our own horn that we've been able to do this, because our commitment was that we donate to charities in lieu of profit sharing with our collaborative authors. And we were so happy to be able to do this. It's the biggest charity event that we've been part of. And if you look on our website or our Facebook page, well, our Facebook page for now, at Above and Beyond,
website,
but
to come.
The pictures will soon be on our website. But it was such a celebratory night and something so powerful to be a part of, where we were celebrating women of distinction and women getting awards for doing things to better their world. And that's what we believe in. And that's what we're doing. You know, for all of our books, we've chosen different charities, whether it's been a home for girls, whether it's been Movember for cancer for men, whether it's been grief support, whether it's been through hospice. Each one of our books, we've been donating to different charities in lieu of profit sharing for the collaborative books. But this larger event was something that we were able to do because of our solo authors. And those books. And it was so exciting and fun. What was the most fun thing for you, Bunny?
Most fun thing. I don't know. There was a lot of fun moments. I know that for me, this was my first black tie event. So it's the first time that I've been to something so fancy. And so it was very out of my comfort zone for sure. So I was scare-sighted, as Maggie had coined that term many months ago on our podcast. As you know, I was both excited and a little bit anxious and worried because I didn't know what was going to happen. And I jokingly said to Maggie something about making sure that I knew which forks to use. And unfortunately, I don't think our table followed that anyway, so it really didn't matter. It didn't matter, but that was kind of good to have that experience as well, because it really didn't matter. Like, yes, that was an anxious moment, and that was like something to think about, but it just kind of passed. Like it didn't matter as long as people had forks to eat. Who cares, right? So that was the thing. It was interesting too because we didn't know what was going to be on the menu, so that was kind of fun to see what they did, what they offered, and having those kind of things. Even more fun was when you and I at the end, or like later, when they put out the extra snacks, later on, the late night snacks, and we see people coming around with food, and we're like, where are they going? I'm trying to go on this adventure to go find snacks. But I made little jokes because I brought my sister as my +1, and I made jokes that if I couldn't be the life of the party, then I brought the life of the party. And I do know because she had a great time, and she was up dancing and bringing up the other people from our table up to dance with her, and while Maggie did some dancing, but while we did mostly dancing from our chair, from our seats.
Yes, and thankfully she danced with my husband a lot, and he got to get his dance on, and it didn't have to be me.
And I don't
Because
even know if you noticed, but my sister kept trying. You do know my sister kept trying to get pictures or video of Crystal, who we had sponsored, up on the big screen, and even the Add Above and Beyond logo up on the big screen on the TV screens that were showing around. I don't know if you realized, but the video you shared on Facebook where you showed the dancing, Crystal was who was on the TVs. So
yes,
it was so
yes,
funny because you had captured it without even meaning to capture it, and so that was great.
yes.
But yeah, it was, I don't know, it was so much fun. It was so interesting. I can't, I'm still kind of on a high from it.
And when your sister took a picture of my husband and I dancing
Yep,
one time, and our logo was up
is in the
there.
back. Yeah.
So both of these things, without us even trying, got
Right.
on there. And yeah, it was so cool and fun, and it was exciting to be there. It's
Yeah.
it's it's exciting, and it's okay sometimes to toot your own horn.
Yeah.
Like we're so shy about doing that because we don't want people thinking that you're arrogant and all of
Yeah.
that. And the funny thing is, those are limiting beliefs that tell
Right.
you can't celebrate yourself.
Yeah.
And we're here to tell you today that when you do something wonderful, you can celebrate yourself.
Yes.
It's okay to
Yes.
celebrate yourself. It
Yeah.
doesn't mean that you're arrogant. It doesn't mean you're puffed up. You would know if you were,
Yeah.
and it's okay to celebrate yourself as
I,
much as you celebrate other people. You should be celebrating yourself.
I would say just the fact that you worry that you're being arrogant means you're not. Because like you know what I mean? Because people who do be arrogant, although I don't even know if but people who would be like that, they wouldn't even consider the other,
Yeah.
that they weren't like that. And I don't know that I've really met too many people who are totally that, or if they're just like very confident and very, it is hard sometimes to, we want to be modest. We do think, especially in spiritual circles or and those kind of things, is like you want to for everybody to be the same, and we are on the same level, but it's good to celebrate the things that are worth
Yes.
celebrating as well, and your accomplishments and everything. So
Yeah. And we've talked a lot about that in 2 years of owning this company at Above and Beyond,
mhm.
that we have published 6 solo authors and soon to be.
Well,
um,
it's our what with the launch of Christmas Miracles, which is the one that the book that we did for our Christmas in July. With that launch coming up on Saturday, November 11th, this Saturday,
yes.
will be our sixth one. And I'll announce it as well here, is that it's our most amount of authors in one book as well. It's 21 authors. So
Yes.
that is a great accomplishment for you.
And it's an exciting thing because that book, we wanted to offer something for free.
Hmm.
So that's what we did, is we offered this book to the authors for free without a collaboration charge.
Right.
So there was no charge for people to write in this book with us.
Hmm.
And this launch that we're doing on Saturday, we're able to continue the miracle of
Right.
Christmas by holding a charity event
Which is
for the
awesome.
launch.
Yeah.
And we're going to be collecting money and food for food banks,
Hmm.
for charities for Christmas, so that this book can keep giving back.
Right.
Because as much as we want to be a company that profits, we also want to be a company that gives back
Right.
to the community.
Hmm.
And, you know, it's probably okay to even say, while we're tooting our horn, that we've probably given away more money than we make in profits.
So far. So far. But that will change, and we know, and we've said it all along, where that we are running this business the same as we are now, as we intend to, as we grow larger. And so
Right.
because that is part of who we are, I mean, let's be real, we were both already donating things and doing things even before we were already doing that kind of stuff. You volunteered in a lot of places. You would give donations to charities and stuff already before events, and if people had ticket sales or raffles or any of these kind of things, like we've already been those kind of people who do share the information on Facebook, and we do participate to the level that we could. we've always done that. We've already done that. So it is just going to be on a bigger scale as we can do it
Yes.
more with, and that's what we like. We allow that. The Out Above and Beyond allows us to be able to do that to get
Yeah.
more and more, make a bigger impact.
And I want to impact and empower people who are starting their own businesses as well, that you can be a small business and still make an impact in your community.
Yes.
You don't have to be a large company with multi-million dollars in
Hmm.
profits before you can do charitable events
Right.
and philanthropy. Can't even say the word now, my tongue's all up. But you can do that philanthropy work
Yeah.
even if you're a small company. You still can.
Hmm.
You don't have to wait until you're rich.
Yes.
You don't have to wait until
Yeah.
that. If you're excited about doing that and that's your goal and your mission, do it from the time you're a baby company, and then
Hmm.
it will only get bigger.
Right. You can make
It,
impacts, like
yeah. And I
even just
mean,
one person. If you make an impact just on one person, that's still enough. So,
yeah, and I had an example of that today when I went shopping. I met a lady in the store that I was in, and I was looking at some stuff for the launch that was Christmassy. And she said, you can make those Christmas chocolates yourself. And I said, yeah, I know I can. And I just didn't want to do it. And I said, because I'm having a launch. And I told her that we're having this launch on Saturday and I wanted it to be Christmassy, but I just didn't want to bake for it. And she said, it's funny that you say that because you're somebody who bakes but doesn't want to bake for a launch party. And she said, I'm a chef and a baker, and I'd like to write a book.
yeah.
And I said, I think we were supposed to meet.
Yeah.
And then I told this lady in the grocery store, we talked for about 15 minutes about this company and what we do and how we want to empower people to get their stories out there.
Hmm.
And that if they have a burning desire to write, you're the people that we want. You
Right.
know, you're the people that we want to help to do that, because a lot of these big publishing companies, they don't want these little people who haven't published
Yeah.
anything yet. So we're looking for those people who want or have a dream of getting something
Hmm.
published.
Yep.
So this lady actually wrote our website and our email on her hand.
Yeah.
So she could go in the back and write it down, because of course I'm in the store with just a bank card.
Yeah.
But it just goes to show that, you can do that. The
That's
sky's the limit.
absolutely. And I mean, that's part of why we do what we do with our collaborative books, because then, some people might feel intimidated having to write, 40,000 words or 50,000 words for an entire book. But
Right.
if we tell them they could write 1,000 words, which, by the way, we have leeway on that. So like if you want to write less than 1,000 words, say you have a few poems that you want to put in, reach out and let us know. But also if you want to write a little bit more than 1,000 words, some people 2,000 words, that kind of thing, we'll we can discuss, we can see what that looks like for you. And we always do have those options for collaborative books. Now, if people do have their solo book desires, they want to write their solo books, we have options for that as well. And so
Yeah, we sure do.
I like that we have those. I do want to, in tooting our own horns as well. I do want to talk about what we're doing on Wednesday night when we are doing we're speaking at the meditation circle with our local community here in St. Catharines, Ontario, called Soul Sisters. So you can find them on Facebook as well. And they, invited us to speak at their meditation circle for the month of November. And we're doing that in 2 days on Wednesday, November 8th. So unfortunately for the people who are listening on the podcast, we would have already done that by the time you hear this on Sunday. But anybody who's catching us on Facebook before that date, and if you're local, come on out and check it out, because we're going to have some interesting things to talk about.
And some surprises and giveaways.
Yes.
And one lucky person is even going to get a free book before its launch day.
Yes. That's a
That's
little hint.
one of the little secrets that we have. We've got a bunch of giveaways for that night, because we want to continue this celebratory feeling that we've
Mhm.
had from last Saturday, that we're celebrating. And, you know, there's so much to celebrate in our world,
Absolutely.
and that's what we want to do. Like
Absolutely.
there may be other things going on that we don't celebrate, but there are many things that we can celebrate.
Hmm.
And this is just one of them, that people came together to write stories about Christmas miracles, hope for the holidays,
Hmm.
that people can give away as gifts if they want to, and just empower people to believe in Christmas miracles. You
Right.
don't have to particularly believe in Santa Claus,
Yeah.
but if you do, it helps.
Yeah. Yeah. So
If you're
that book,
thinking of them coming down your chimney.
that book, Christmas Miracles, Hope for the Holidays, will be launching on Saturday, November 11th. So will be showing up. The detail page will be showing up on Amazon to buy paperback books. You can already pre-order the ebooks if you would like, for 11.11 Canadian. I don't know how that works out with the with the rest of the world, because it does adjust it by that. By the 11.11 Canadian. We just do that for our own books. And then, yeah, the paperback versions will be available to purchase on Amazon as well on Saturday, or from authors. If you know any of the authors, they also will start being able to get author copies to be able to sell. And I think we're going to have some copies on
We do.
Saturday as well. So luckily for us, we have Studio Eden. So that's who is going to be helping host our book launch on Saturday. So graciously, Anita has helped out with that for helping us host our our Christmas Miracles book. So I'm grateful for
And
that.
she even sent me some pictures. She's decorated a little for
Oh,
Christmas.
that's so fun.
Oh,
I
yes.
love her space. So it's such an honor to be able to launch one of our books there. She is an author in that book as well, and she also wrote with us for Forever Changed, our book about grief as well. So that was very nice of her to be able to host this event for us. And to keep her studio, I know that sometimes she does close it for for some, for the winter months, but to be able to actually have it open for us is such an honor, and it's so great
Yeah.
for us. So
Yes. Yeah.
yeah.
So as we wrap up today of tooting our own horn and celebrating us, we invite you as well to celebrate you and
Mhm.
celebrate what you do, celebrate your wins, and know that it's okay to sometimes just celebrate you.
Yes. And it doesn't have to be big things. You don't have to celebrate, having published 6 books or anything. You can start small. It doesn't have to be the biggest things. And just notice that celebrating the small things, you're gonna build some confidence, some self-esteem, and the ball will start rolling where you can start celebrating more and more and more. So that's
That's
what
for
I
sure. Absolutely. Yeah.
So on that note, I guess we're going to close up for the night. And Maggie did mention the website and the email address, so I might as well shamelessly plug us into this as well. That you can follow us, of course. Every Monday afternoon, we do the go on live on Facebook. We don't have a time set up, but it's in the afternoon. You will find us. And you can always watch us after as well, because it still stays there on our Facebook page at Above and Beyond. And then after that as well, we do go on to Spotify and everywhere else where you can find your podcast. It looks like Apple Podcasts is actually quite popular with us. And that will be on the Sunday directly after our Monday. So 6 days later at 11 a.m. Eastern, you will find our podcast on all of those places. And again, check out our website at aboveandbeyond.com, or email us at ataboveandbeyond@gmail.com. We keep it simple. So,
And we hope to see some of you on Wednesday at Soul Sisters
yes.
or on Saturday at the launch. There is limited space for the launch. So if you want to attend, make sure you email us or send me a message or call
Right.
me or something if you want in, because there is limited space for that. I
For
don't
in
believe
person.
there's
For in
for in
person.
person.
Online, anybody can check it out. But
Anybody can come.
yeah,
Yeah. And I don't know that there's limited space for the Soul
Soul
Sisters event.
Sisters,
It's pretty, they have a lot of room.
they have a lot of room.
So we hope to see you guys all this week. Pop on wherever we are.
Yes.
Have a
That's
great
it for
day.
today. Bye.
Bye.